Hey guys, my name is Vino Share, and today we go on the road with one of my oldest friends, and his name is Dex Togle. Let's meet him right now. Hey bro!
What's up, Vin?
What up bro?
What up? Kumusta?
Kumusta yung Kumusta yung iyong training?
Pagod.
Just training pagod?
Pagod. Good stuff. So marami nag-prepare for the upcoming competition. So I think it's 2 weeks from now.
So that's gonna be sa...
Mall of Asia.
Ah, wild.
I think it's gonna be in Mall of Asia.
Tapos, ano to? Sa parang all jiu-jitsu schools? What's...
Yeah, it's
Or anyone invited? Ano yung...
it's the International Open. Mainly the local jiu-jitsu community. Jiu-jitsu brother. Dumaan bigla na.
We gotta do something about it. Anyway, so yung competition nyo, ano tong like, so it's gonna be in Mall of Asia, tapos Philippines lang or
It's everyone's invited. So mostly
anyone who registers?
Yes, anyone who registers. We're mostly Asians go to.
How do these competitions work out? Parang all white belts compete with white belts? And...
Yeah, it's per weight class and per belt. Yeah, usually it's up to black belt. I'm not sure ngayon if until purple belt lang. I saw something na parang it's until purple belt lang yata this time. I think there's 2 events at the same day.
Lahat ba ng jiu-jitsu, do they have the same parang hierarchy ng belts? Parang start with white, then like I think Taekwondo start with white,
Yes,
you go
yes.
to yellow, then maybe blue, parang ganyan. Sa jiu-jitsu, constant din, it's always the same.
Ganun din, but other schools kasi they do the stripes thing and other schools they don't. So, well, mostly do. And iba naman, may ibang jiu-jitsu schools naman. I'm not sure how they do the kids belt. Kasi sa kids, when you start jiu-jitsu when you're a kid, mas marami kang belt dadaanan.
Ah, talaga?
Yes. Unlike sa adults kasi it's just 5. You start with white.
Okay, so what's the progression? So you start with white.
White, and then if the school wants to put stripes on your belt, you get 4 stripes.
4.
Before you move to
That's
other belt.
consistent.
Yeah.
Or mga iba 3 stripes lang or.
Well, if yung depende na sa coach or sa instructor. If they think na kahit 2 stripe ka pa lang and they think you deserve to go up the next belt or give you 2 stripes magkasunod or 3 or 4.
So pwede nilang gawin.
Yeah,
yan.
it's up to them.
Have you parang what does it usually take for you to parang skip a stripe or parang
Well, kasi depende rin sa student. There are students na ang bilis talaga ng progress. Parang ang bilis na makapick up ng technique. Or iba naman, they're really good at applying it.
My question is kasi I tried to mess around with one of my friends. Na he doesn't train din naman, so medyo pantay. Tapos what I noticed was ako kahit may knowledge ako.
Yeah.
So I don't really train or anything, pero I always watch, I always analyze. So kahit paano may knowledge ako. And when you're there, knowledge means shit. You don't parang
Well, it helps.
I don't know, man. Kasi parang when I watch guys, grapple and roll and everything, parang I can always say, this guy has to do this or whatever. Parang, di ba? When we see it, but when we're there, parang okay, ang gagawin ko dito, parang suddenly,
Parang iba. Parang iba siya compared sa, parang it just feels different.
yeah, parang sa exam, di ba, inaral mo? Pero sa exam, parang,
it's a lot harder than you think.
what's this? Parang ganun.
Well, iba pa rin yung parang,
Which is weird kasi yung taong ka-wrestle ko, hindi siya, he's a casual fan.
Mhm.
So, compared sa akin, dapat, di ba, parang dapat there should be like just shit tricks I could pull out of my sleeve and, di ba? Pero, wala, without training, it's nothing, 0. Parang magka-size kami ng guy na to and
but it helps pa rin kasi if may alam ka, even if you're just a casual fan.
yeah,
Because especially if you listen to Joe Rogan when he commentates fights, it helps. Like there are other. I had a friend who trains in the same gym I train in.
okay.
Wala siyang training experience before even, but he's been a fan for years.
Okay.
So when yung first time kami nag-spar, I was expecting him to get lost.
Oo.
Or parang yung manibago, magulat. But, yeah, syempre, manibago siya. It's different now compared to what he expected. Pero he knows parang yung the basics na he doesn't want to let me control his hips, stuff like that. So alam niya pa rin yung basic, he knows the basic positions, or he knows at least siguro a thing or two what to do. But although he hasn't tried it yet. But at least meron siyang instinct na parang maybe in-explain Joe Rogan while he was commentating a fight na
and he was able to understand.
Yeah, it's scary if you've been a parang fan for some time, siguro maintindihan mo din naman siya. But of course, it's a lot different when you're there.
So you've been training jiu-jitsu for 10, 12 years?
No.
10?
I just started ng 2014. Just jiu-jitsu But I started MMA kasi muna.
Talaga?
I started MMA muna.
Okay.
Of course, sa MMA class na yun, there's basic jiu-jitsu, wrestling, striking, and syempre, because my coach is actually a former URCC featherweight champion, si Andrew Benibe.
Okay.
He's been training for quite some time. So syempre, yung knowledge na tinuring sa akin, the basics of everything, it helped me, especially when I started sa jiu-jitsu. Meron na akong parang basic foundation.
You don't often hear of a fighter go from being in MMA to jiu-jitsu. Parang what made this happen? What made you decide na wait, let me take a break sa MMA and do jiu-jitsu
First, actually, in time, because I was still in college back then, so I had time. I had time to cut classes.
Yeah, CSB.
I had time to do that, and parang I can
still pass
fix my
whatever,
schedule. Tumawasan yung load ko so I can train more MMA. Diba? Pero yung when I graduated, syempre I had to work. I couldn't keep up sa training schedule, so I had to choose one, and I had to choose a gym na malapit sa akin.
Okay.
So I talked to my coach about it naman. Sabi ko, is it okay if I train with these guys, with DefTac? So yeah, I'm training with DefTac now. I'm still training with Andrew. And Andrew trains in DefTac din. So,
Okay.
So, well, it worked out for me. Lalo na. Kasi if may mga questions ako on wrestling, even if may wrestling coach na naman kami sa DefTac sa Greenhouse branch.
Iba pa rin yung the guy who's in the fire.
Yeah, yung sa MMA, who's still competing MMA.
Yeah. Kasi it's always evolves diba? Parang it's such a young sport na all it takes is a little bit of innovation to completely change the whole thing
Yeah, I agree.
Diba?
Saka may siguro yung pinaka-advantage na ko from training yung MMA muna compared to yung jiu-jitsu. So, at least meron na akong parang basic knowledge, basic technique sa jiu-jitsu. Pero syempre, I was training Nogi MMA.
Yeah,
so when I started
which is like malaking difference din talaga, diba?
Yeah. So yung nag-start ako mag-train ng jiu-jitsu. Syempre ako feeling ko kakayanin ko to roll with the white belts kasi feeling ko matagal ako nag-train ng Nogi MMA. So when I got there, Wargi, it's a different world. Yung lapel chokes.
I saw you guys doing it nga kanina sobrang cool ng...
I wasn't used to guarding my neck pag ako'y nasa taas niyan. Hindi ko na expect that people can grab my sleeve, my lapel, and just stroke me from there. So, dun ako nagulat. Then, that's where it is. Parang, okay, it's a different kind of game now.
So, what is it na parang mas gusto mo sa jiu-jitsu as compared to Muay Thai, boxing, or other parang fitness sports na why jiu-jitsu? Parang, I'm just curious. Personally sa'yo.
Well, sa jiu-jitsu kasi for me, you can go all out in sparring every day actually kung kaya mo. But if you do that sa Muay Thai or boxing,
you're gonna hurt someone or get hurt.
You're gonna hurt someone, and of course you're trying to prevent brain damage. You get hit every day in the head.
Okay.
That's not good for you, diba? Jiu-jitsu, well, you can tap or you can control someone without actually hurting him that bad. But if you get knocked out in a Muay Thai sparring
kahit
session,
chamba lang.
It's, diba, it's still a risk compared sa...
So basically it's it was just more of parang I don't really wanna deal with any brain injury, brain trauma. So
well, siguro ito yung reason ko ngayon. That was just siguro...
That was your logical reason kung bakit?
Not really. Ngayon lang.
Okay.
Pero before, before kasi I had no choice I had to choose one class, and parang I felt like going to standard parang kunyari boxing gym
Oh.
na yung wala mag-train sa akin, kasi usually boxing gyms you just go in there, pay
Yeah.
trainer, parang it's nagiging fitness siya eh.
Yeah. Oh.
So, and wala kang makaka-spar except the
yung
trainer mo, which is it's parang malayo agad yung level nyo eh.
Yeah.
Usually ba you want someone who's slightly better than you or slightly parang weaker
Almost
than you.
on your level.
Yes, parang ganun. So para ma-feel mo yung kung nag-work ba yung techniques. Of course, if you spar with your trainer, lahat ng ginagawa mo, you can just
Yeah, you
counter
can,
it.
kaya niya i-nullify lahat.
Oo. Abangan lang niya yung
Whatever
best,
is, yung nakita niyang butas
yeah,
mo. Oh.
yun lang yun. So syempre, I kind of got bored. I still tried pa rin yung parang boxing out dito, makita ako sa ganitong gym. Pero it's just repetitive. Minsan pag wala yung coach ko that day, iba yung hawak sa iba yung style niya, medyo naninibago sa
Yeah, it's
paggawa niya.
different. Yeah.
Diba? So, well, so of course,
Parang there are some guys na ang sarap ipag-meets, di ba?
Oh,
May mga ibang tao parang grabe, galing. I don't know nga what's magaling pag nagme-meets, pero there's just some guys na it's so fluid, di ba? It's good, makes sense combinations. May mga iba parang they'll just throw in a weird combination that doesn't even make sense, physically eh. Parang
actually, even when I did MMA kay Andrew, we rarely actually do yung mitts. Although we do sometime pag siguro pag may fight or cardio rin and timing. Pero iba pa rin yung when you're sparring, or di naman kailangan full spar 100%. You can spar naman kahit 50%, 60%. Just check mo lang yung reaction and how do you set things up without actually hurting someone that bad. Then siguro pag full spar kayo, apply mo na yung tutunan mo in that kind of parang.
Pero still, di ba? Still in full spar, parang you can't go out there and try to fight. It has to still be sparring eh, di ba?
Well,
parang kailangan mo pa rin alagaan yung
usually it's
dapat, di ba? Dapat, yeah. Right?
Pero usually once you get hit na medyo solid, nawawala na yung parang kailangan ko alagaan partner. Kasi minsan you get carried away if you get hit a lot. Minsan
sumakay sa.
Minsan ganun. Minsan survival. Pag kunyari medyo naunahan ka, nabablock nga yung mga na-nullify nga yung game mo. Minsan siyempre nafa-frustrate ka, you get emotional sometimes. It's better if you don't get emotional. Pero if you do, parang it can get in the way din sa progress mo. Like ako, I'm guilty of it. Bisan nagiging emotional ako sa sparring, na yung nafa-frustrate ako, and it doesn't really help me if you fight emotionally. It sucks actually.
One thing na napansin ko medyo different from jiu-jitsu sa mga boxing, Muay Thai, ganyan. It seems like jiu-jitsu has a lot of camaraderie. Parang you go to boxing, you go every day, parang hindi it just doesn't feel like parang kanya-kanya eh, diba? Parang sa boxing, parang you're with your trainer, parang the other guy's doing his thing. It's not parang jiu-jitsu eh, parang
first kasi jiu-jitsu,
tayo,
it's
tapos
a class.
mamaya kami, and then mamaya.
Yeah, kasi I think sa simula, jiu-jitsu is actually a class. So, kayo na magkakasama madalas eh. Unlike boxing kasi feeling ko
sobrang
mas one-on-one kasi siya feeling eh.
It's always
Pwede naman may boxing class na na grupo kayo. Pero usually kasi, di ba, pag feeling ko lang, I'm not a pro fighter. So, feeling ko lang na before you get to that parang MMA class na striking class, usually maganda pag may konting knowledge ka na or may konting experience ka. So at least madali ka na makapick up pag sa class.
sa terms and stuff.
Kasi kunyari, if in problem kasi feeling ko lang sa class, ibang newer students can't really pick up yung mga advanced na techniques moves. So syempre you have to tailor fit the program dun sa student. So if kunyari medyo pareho na kayong levels striking, I think mas madali na magkaroon ng class pagdating sa striking. Kasi gamay mo na, or mas madali mo na maintindihan yung tinuturo ng coach, especially if it's an advanced technique or medyo complicated siya. Pag kailangan perfect yung timing, kailangan ganito yung scenario.
Pero it's just it's just like, have you heard of boxing class? Like hindi fighters Diba parang hindi eh.
Dito sa atin, wala pa ako
It doesn't seem like there is.
fitness.
Yung mga parang parang piloxing.
Parang ganun.
Well, I don't know. Yun yung ako naman. Syempre, there's something about watching boxing and striking na will always appeal to me. Pero at the same time, parang I look at jiu-jitsu and it just feels way more parang nuanced. Parang it's sobra siyang okay. So, for example, let's just move on to one of the things we really want to talk about, diba? Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
We saw him knock out Frankie Edgar. We didn't really think in the first place, did you think he was gonna win?
Kay Frankie?
Yeah.
Well, ako, pareho silang gusto ko. But I thought Frankie was gonna win by decision. I mean, he's gonna outbox.
I thought he was gonna win by decision or ground and pound, bro.
I don't think ground and pound is possible kasi iba yung...
Kay Brian Ortega?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he would... I thought if he would win against, Brian Ortega, he would parang outbox him out of yung range. Ginagawa ni Frankie, he just moves around, stick and move. Yun ang ginagawa usually ni Frankie. And I thought he would actually be able to do it.
Pero he did for a while. Like he was papapak and then out. And sa totoo lang, parang I see all these analysts talking about Brian Ortega and very dangerous ground game and his stand-ups starting to become just as dangerous. I'm like...
Kasi if you watch the Cub Swanson fight, kaya niya sabayan si Cub Swanson. In a way. So I think lamang pa rin si Cub.
I find it so sloppy, bro, Parang sobrang sloppy ng technique niya sa boxing. It's walang sharpness, walang snap. Parang it's a lot of looping, it's a lot of
I think it's the awkwardness
circular
that
movement
made it work
that
for him. Well, that's my opinion. I think yung awkwardness na parang compared to when you see yung mga ibang strikers like Dwayne Ludwig, sobrang angas ng borma, parang ganda ng Forbes. Alam mo yung, as like a typical striker move. Yung, of course, meron siyang mga ibang ginagawang off timing na can catch you off guard. Pero I think yung kay Brian Ortega, I think as people are expecting him to take the fight to the ground.
Yeah.
So, probably catches most of his opponents off guard na makikipag-strike pala sa'yo si Brian Ortega.
But I think it just seems to me na his hand speed is nowhere where it needs to be for him to be fighting at a championship level. Sa totoo lang, just based off that Frankie fight, iba yung kay Cobb Yung kay Cobb, all I remember kay Cobb is every time he had, when he had Cobb we had a rear naked na naabutan ng
he almost got
tapos so parang it just seems like I can't even remember what their striking with each other looked like but the elbow he caught Frankie with was hindi chamba yun. That was never chamba.
That was clean actually.
Yeah, it was clean. Sobrang perfect distance, right moment. Tapos he just pulled it off. He executed it.
Actually,
and that's the problem with strikers, bro. Kasi you could be the better striker, but something can happen, and that's you're done. That's your night.
You can always get caught, man. Pero yung sa akin, parang actually yung mas natuwa ko kay Brian Ortega is when he caught Frankie with an elbow. He knew Frankie was hurt, diba? He didn't rush him right away.
Yeah, hindi siya nagpanic or whatever.
Remember, if I were in his position, na
parang,
fuck, Frankie Edgar, I wanna finish right away, diba?
Yeah.
Just knowing the fact that he was never been stopped, diba?
Never.
So, parang, yung presence of mind niya na he has to pick his shots, stay out of range para sa takedowns, malayo pa rin siya. And
pero you're right, bro. Sobrang nabilib ako sa
composure niya.
Composure. Sa composure niya. Parang, damn, this kid, undefeated, bata pa. Then, even when you see him sa fight, parang ang chill lang na mukha niya Parang,
kahit nanalo siya actually. Siya, parang...
And one thing I liked about him, bro, diba, even when, when he did that to Cobb, parang everyone's like, number one contender, whatever. And the first thing he said was like, nope, Frankie, it's Frankie. Si Frankie yung may next shot. Di ko kukunin yung shot ni Frankie. It's his shot. Maglaban na sila and then maybe I'll be next. Unfortunately, Max falls off tapos Frankie agrees to fight. Did you see pala yung message ni Max kay Frankie?
Yeah.
Diba parang sobrang okay, diba?
He had
Tapos
nothing
nag-message
to
din
gain,
si Connor kay Frankie, parang psh, dude, you should buti pa yung kay Max. Yung kay Max ang ganda eh. Parang it had a lot of fun eh.
I think Connor made the post about him kasi.
Yeah, which is parang dude,
Well, that's him.
This
That's
is Frankie's moment, man. Get the fuck off. Pero sayang. I'd have liked to see Frankie and Max.
no?
Kasi si Max kasi pressure fighter din eh, 'di ba?
He's scrappy.
Tapos si Frankie sobrang parang siya yung number 1 pressure fighter since way back eh. 'Di ba? If you Frankie either burst on the scene by defeating BJ Penn twice.
Yeah, and then
Handily, 'di ba?
Oh, then the third time was
Then
actually...
then the third time was parang nail in the coffin. Pero
Actually, yung kay... I really thought that si Frankie would win by decision and they would fight. Max and Frankie would fight. And dun sa fight na yun, I don't know what's gonna happen actually. I think Max could win that based on yung how Max fights. Kasi I never saw Max gas out. That's one thing. Frankie never gas out.
thing with Max para sa akin lang hindi ko makita yung galing niya eh. He's good obviously. Hindi ko makita yung galing niya eh.
I think because parang pinipili niya kasi mga pagsabayan talaga yung gusto niya yung brawl. That's why minsan mahirap din feeling ko kasi hirap din ng skill if you just try to brawl. But I believe it's a skill.
Ang galing nun nung ginanon niya yung ground ng last 10 seconds.
Kay Ricardo Lamas.
Shito ka tayo dito. Tapos parang sila, gusto na.
But how do you think this naman would go? Tingin mo lang if Max Holloway or Brian Ortega?
So ako lang the thing with Brian, and dito narinig ko lang kay Henner he was pushing for 5 rounds daw kasi for him parang if there's chaos, that's Brian's move. Parang that's...
was it a 3-round fight naman dapat? Yung kay Frankie?
It was supposed to be a 5-round fight kasi they were replacing Holloway and Edgar, which is a 5-round fight dahil title shot yun, di ba? And they were the main event. So nung kinakausap nila hindi pa kasi ayos yung kay Cyborg nun.
Okay.
So nung kinakausap nila si Brian, sabi nila parang you might have to take the main event dahil nag-fallout nga si Max. Pero when Cyborg agreed to fight this Russian chick, si Yana,
kaya naging
champion main event.
Okay.
So sila nag-bump to co-main. So naging 3-round fight. Tapos parang guilt na guilt si Henner.
Because he was pushing for the 5-round fight.
He was pushing for the 5-round fight kasi alam niya na when the time comes na
championship rounds, I guess.
Hindi. More of when the time comes na chaos na. Parang ganun. Parang the fight starts, you have a game plan and parang, you want to implement your strategy or whatever. Pero as the fight goes on, mamaya at mamaya parang no. It just becomes the fight eh. Which is where kung san talaga excel si George St. Pierre before. Buong fight, he stuck to the game plan. And not a lot of fighters could do that. Tulad nung fight ni O'Malley tsaka ni Andre Sukmatak.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Whatever. See, but that guy. Diba? Parang obviously, if your opponent broke his foot or something, the obvious thing to do would be to let him stand and try to strike with you, right?
Because actually, I think tama si Rashad Evans. If you just let him stand up,
the ref would stop that.
Oh.
Katulad nung nangyari sa fight ni John Jones Chael Sonnen. Remember? John Jones snapped his toe.
Oh.
The ref's not gonna let that fight go on after the break ng round. Hindi niya papayagan yun.
I don't know why he took siya naman down. Parang it's an obvious thing na don't take him down. Alam ko it's easy to take him down because he's fighting with one leg. Pero
you know what? Ito, so kawawa siya eh. I think he just got punched in the face and forgot
what
a game plan. Forgot what has to happen. Kasi Sean O'Malley, you told me, ang galing. And in fairness sa kanya, ganda ng striking, super bilis. You don't really see the setup. You don't really see na he's gonna do
spinning stuff.
Hindi mo kita. And boom, tumama na pala sa yung spin. Diba? He already...
Yeah.
So, I think ayaw na niya masapak. And his thing was like, uy, pilay! Tangina, takedown ko to. Baka masapak pa ako. Diba? Which is, sorry for him, pero, wala, that was just, you could, sa TV, you could hear his corner shouting eh, di ba? Parang, let him up, let him up.
Oh, whether he's tired, I don't know.
Look,
tired?
ako bro,
Was he
yeah,
tired?
for sure. And kahit naman ako bro eh, I've nag-basketball ako and everything. I never heard the crowd. Pag naglalaro ako, when I'm in game, never heard the crowd. Never heard the boo, never heard the cheer, never heard the coach give his instructions, bro.
Pero kasi,
Lagi akong lost man on D dahil dyan, parang just when I'm doing it, fuck everything. I don't hear shit. And I think that's what happened to him.
pero usually when you train naman kasi in the gym, you're supposed to train yourself to listen to your corner. But of course, siyempre, I can't speak for him because he's the pro.
Siya yun nasa UFC.
Yeah. I mean, pero siguro maybe he just got carried away or I think it's unfair na sabihin na mababa yung fight IQ niya.
Yeah, kasi hindi ba, diba? Probably not.
Yeah.
Pero like everyone makes mistakes and I'm sure. Kasi even after, parang nagmamakawa nga siya. Sabi niya, people are calling me the dumbest fighter in the world, whatever. Bro, tanggapin mo na lang yun. You kinda deserve it. Kasi a little bit. Kasi, so, he took him down and whatever. He was trying to finish. Fine. Pero nung nag-decision, tinaas niya kamay niya like
he thought he won.
Like he won. Diba? I'm sure he didn't think he won. He was just hoping.
Yeah.
But don't, bro. Kasi parang you just fucked it up way too much. Parang,
I never saw him winning a single round.
yeah, for him, parang itaas niya kamay niya. No?
I never saw him. Tsaka yung fight niya, I think, the third round lang because he managed to take him down because Sean O'Malley's leg was injured. He didn't really do much on the ground. Naman eh. He didn't do much.
Yeah, wala nga siya nagawa.
Diba? So, I don't know actually why he felt that he won.
I think he was just hoping he won. I think yun eh. He was just hoping he won. Siguro isip niya, take down siya third round.
I
Was able to take him down a couple of times in the third round, stay on top for a little bit, and who knows how the judges scored the second. And for sure, first round went to Sean O'Malley, diba?
Oh, yeah. He got...
Kasi first round,
knockdown.
yeah,
Right?
dun niya na-rock talaga si Andre Sukmatat.
Pero the leg injury happened, don't remember if it's the third round or the second round. Yung leg
Third.
injury.
Third.
Yeah. It was parang a question mark kick, right?
And you know what? It wasn't even a contact injury sa totoo lang. I think, actually, they haven't even reported talaga yet what...
it wasn't a broken leg, diba? It wasn't a broken leg.
It wasn't. Next ray, wala naman daw bale. So, ako tingin ko lang, it might have been like a nerve. Diba?
Yeah.
Posible, kasi may ganun naman talaga eh.
What do you think about the Cyborg fight, by the way?
Well, bro, Cyborg fight is... Okay, I'll come out and say it. I think Cyborg should be considered the greatest mixed martial arts fighter of all time. Across men and women. She's been around since the Chuck Liddell days. She whooped Gina Carano's ass. Parang she's been the most dominant force in fighting for the longest time, bro.
True. Yeah.
Diba? Para, do you remember how she...
Beat.
Second year high school yata tayo nun, bro, nung naglaban sila ng Gina Carano.
Yung
Second or third year high
first
school.
round stoppage, last 10
Oh,
seconds.
bro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Cyborg, when they made the fight, visit ako dahil, look, parang tangina ilang beses, we're talking about TJ, DJ, we're talking about DC, Stipe, we're talking about Cyborg, Amanda, champion. Why are you gonna, just because to save a card, you're gonna parang sacrifice one of your champion versus champion fights? Your best of all time fighter against a relative no one, never even had a fight in the UFC. She's cute and everything, but
What? Actually, I really don't understand sometimes yung matchmaking in the UFC. For me, may times na some fights should have never have taken place.
oh, for sure. Like
Dami.
example, yung kay Cyborg niya.
Saka Edgar and Ortega. Yeah, tama si Max Holloway. Frank had nothing to gain in that fight. He had everything to lose in that fight. Kasi siya na yung number one contender.
Yeah, he was there. He was already there.
Oh.
Pero you remember yung last na ganun, bro? Was Rashad Evans, right?
when
He waited out his title shot. Tapos nung lalaban na siya para sa shot niya, he got hurt. And they got John Jones to replace him. 'Di ba? Yun yung kinasimulan ng beef nila.
Tapos yung kay Shogun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Rashad waited out the ano. Parang sabi niya, wala pa si Shogun. Okay.
Oh wait.
Wait. So okay na si Shogun. Okay, let's get back to training.
Basta injured siya,
Boom,
no?
injured siya.
And then John Jones took the...
John
yeah,
Jones
they
took the belt.
were teammates.
Yeah, di ba?
Ayan. Ako nga pala. The next start yung beef.
So, I mean, I get what Max is saying, and it's true, 'di ba? Totoo 'yun.
Everything
But
to lose and nothing
Frankie's
to
Frankie's a fighter, and you gotta admire these kinds of guys. Kay Frankie, I don't think it's even about the belt. I think it's just about getting the win all the time. Sa totoo lang.
usually if you're well, kasi kay Frankie, he's a former champion. So, I mean, sa akin you already proved yourself before, diba? So, I think it's just, his age, 36 na ata siya, diba? 36. And you don't have much time left to fight. So, if you're gonna wait it out, kailangan pa laban.
Oo nga.
When you're older. Kaya nga actually, DC has actually, for me, I believe DC because even if he's one of the older fighters in UFC, he doesn't fight old. He doesn't, parang you don't see his age when he fights. Diba?
Pero you know what, DC? Hindi din siya, he's not the fighter na mukhang magaling lumaban. Like, I don't know, is it flashiness? Like, if you look at John fight, ang galing nito If you look at Stylebender, you see Stylebender?
Stylebender.
Rockhold, Romero card, Israel Adesanya.
Ay,
Diba, if you watch this guy fight, dude, this is a fucking good fighter, man.
Well, feeling ko kasi yung fighters with the basic techniques are what people call boring or what people call, kasi usually ba hinahanap nila yung John
Flashy.
Jones, si Conor McGregor is actually a very very good counter fighter. Kita hindi siya ganun ka flashy compared to John Jones. Or usually the Ben Askren, outside the UFC, I think he's one of the best. Even if you put him in the UFC, I think he would beat probably almost everyone in the...
Ako dream matchup ko, Ben Askren, Khabib.
I think Khabib would win.
Talaga?
Ang so makita, Ben
You think he takes out Khabib? Pero I think Ben Askren weighs
Bigger,
170 naglalaro yan eh.
Yeah, akong gusto makita Ben Askren GSP. That's what I want to see. Kasi Khabib, and iba kasi weight class eh. But if you're gonna put the weight class in with yung dominance si GSP.
Pero Ben Askren was fighting 170 at one championship. One championship don't let you he don't let you dehydrate down. So kung kalabanin niya si GSP at 170,
But
GSP cuts to 170.
But GSP's last fight was 185.
Kaya ang laki niya.
Pero that's why I think feeling ko magiging interesting a fight, especially when GSP's fighting now at 185. And do you think Ben Askren really retired, or do you think he's working on a deal in the UFC? I saw an article na parang, is he really retired? Or
I do know, diba, ayan, sa podcast ni Joe, sinabi niya, like outright kay Joe, parang, dude, I'm retired, but if GSP fights me, I'll fight him. Kasi he just wants to prove that he's the best welterweight in the world.
how do you see the fight going? I see GSP. I see GSP coming out on top. But it was probably a harder win.
Paborito ko kasi si Funky Ben, bro eh. Funky Ben.
Kasi sa akin, I mean, ang hirap parang gauge yung skill ni Ben Askren. I know he's really good.